Hello and welcome to today's episode. Last we left off, we went kicking and screaming to automatic promotion, much to the players' displeasure. Really didn't want to get promoted. However, we won the league by a few points. We actually did a pretty solid season overall. And what's on the agenda for today is the summer transfer window. Seeing all the various players that we bring in, seeing the various budgets, seeing what we can do, seeing who we're going to sell. Looking at our finances, we recently upgraded our youth training facilities, so that's one thing to do. I will try and make a board request to give me more. That, most importantly, I want professional status to be. Please click. We can get professional status done, and we actually stand a chance. Try and make all of those various things happen. If they don't happen, not the big a deal. We're currently looking to sell off some of our low potential players from our first team squad. Currently, the main one we're looking at is Harvey White. We may look at some of these other ones. For example, Ryan McLean, he's not quite there. And I don't know if he's ever going to get there. But we did bring in, let's go to the inbox, our first batches of youngsters. First up, Andres Aguilar can play really anywhere across the front, though he is best as a defensive back. High potential player previously of Watford, our parent club, is... Go. 2-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. Honestly, probably a dud compared to some of the other options we've got. Next up, we've got Sean Tarima, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, previously of the West Ham transfers for youth. Or on the correct squad. We believe he has potential to be a League One quality player. Hopefully that is the case. Next, two very good signings. We have a left back, right back, or center back, wherever we really want to play them. Previously of Tottenham. He is quite possibly a championship level player. Already a standard player for the level we're going to, and one of the best players at the club. He is an excellent signing. These are all, by the way, 2-year deals through the end of 2025 at the very minimum. And finally, Jimmy Gower, who is an attacking midfield player or a midfield player. We're going to make sure he's training as a midfield player. That is where we want him. He will be an advanced playmaker on attack because in our system. I'll fiddle around with all their training later. He is previously of Arsenal, the youth system. We believe he's also a championship level player in the future. I am very much looking forward to all of their abilities. So that is what we have, the first batch of youngsters. Transfer window just barely open for the season. Still waiting for all of the old players to come out. We're going to be bringing in the new players. We still have Harvey White. We have a bunch of offers for him. I said you can go all of these offer made. Any one of those you want to go to, give us a little bit of money for Harvey White, who's 2.5-star, 3-star. He's not going to be good enough at this level. Maybe for the level below, but we are no longer at the level below. That being said, jump over to get some more interesting things happening. Okay, next batch of news. We have a bunch of records happening. We are a new team, so we do have basically everything can be set as a record, but there's some cool stuff up here. 26 wins, new team low. 5 losses, new team low. 15 draws, no team low. 91 league goals in a season is a new record low. 93 points is a team low. And of course, most importantly, National Player of the Season, Sean Jeffers, 46 appearances, 39 goals, and 5 assists. Average rating of a 7.36. Voting points 16s. Obviously, incredible. Very good. We're going to keep him around. And we have Sean Jeffers, who also wins Top Goal Scorer Award. The next closest was 32 and 28. We won with 39 goals once again. Also, I am probably more than likely going to win Coach of the Season, though there's an outside chance I don't, considering everything that went wrong recently. We'll, of course, vote for the one least likely to win, who is Bath, Jerry Gill. I know what I'm doing. He's not going to get any votes. I'm apparently not odds-on favorites. Apparently Oxford City are slightly more likely. We've working on a couple of deals, getting some contracts out of the way, telling my scouts to go scout the Premier League rejects because that's who we're looking for. So, with that being said, I'll be back with more news. And here's the news back. Got Coach of the Season, head coach of the season. Got a Steam achievement for that one as well. A little bit of a spoiler. I thought I'd be able to see what's going on. Very happy, of course, winning that 56, right, which is better than most other people. I guess Oxford City is slightly better, but they didn't draw as many matches as we did. We really like drawing down there, down the stretch, and of course, the people in charge, the chairperson, are happy for me. Our trials are finishing. Got some people going in, people coming out. Like this guy's leaving. We increased the percentage of transfer revenue. We got a little bit more from the board there. Projections are looking. I think one thing we do need to keep in mind is this. I think expects a cup run. They're expecting us to do well in the cup like we did last season, every single season. I don't know how sustainable that is going to be, but it's possible. We made what? We started a little above this. We made $400,000-$500,000 last season on top of all of our expenditure, so it was 500,000-ish profit. I would say we did a good job last season, and we hopefully continue to do a good job this season. Thus far, it doesn't say we have to use a new ground, so we might be able to make some money there by continuing to use our old one. Back with more. Okay, it's been about 15 seconds since the last clip. Past one day, and we got a new player signing for us. Josiah Linton, a 4-star current ability, 5-star potential ability player coming in from Tottenham. We believe, once again, this player is going to be something special. A Sky Bet Championship level player. All of these youngsters we are bringing in, we do have a small sell-on fee, I believe. Somewhere in here. Because we're bringing them in before the end of their contract, we're signing them a little bit ahead of time. We are losing out a little bit, or not competing with a ton of other clubs. 14 people wanted him, and I said, hey, I called him up and said, give me this guy, I'll give you a 50% sell on. And if these guys turn out to be as special as we think they can be, then, oh baby, we are rolling in the dough down the line. I'm going to keep looking at the rejects for the Premier League, and hopefully we can keep finding people as good as Josiah Linton. Probably going to be our left back for next year. There's a non-zero chance that we end up using wingers, because we've got a couple of decent options out there now. We'll see what happens. Okay, next new signing in, Sam Woods, 24-year-old center back, previously of a different Barnet, playing in the National League, though they've been in and around the Premier League youngster squad for a while. 24 years old, 3.5-star current ability, 4-star potential ability. Really a regular starter, playing center back, playing midfield, kind of wherever we want him to. For now, I'll have him training as a defensive midfielder, or as a midfielder, as a ball-winning midfielder, just because that's where I feel like he's probably going to be playing. Also still trialing a bunch of different youngsters, just seeing if any of them, first of all, want to come join my team, and then second off, if any of them are decent. He's okay. He's okay. Shows promise, and probably is going to be good enough for when we take the next step up. In other news, though, we also, if we go to these, but yeah, you see I have a lot of different people. We brought Moore back in. He ended up wanting to stay for one more season. He's on I thought that was 1K a month. Currently 1.1K a month, still a lot of money, our highest paid player at the club. However, his versatility, being able to play on either wing, downgrading him only to an important player, was still a very good trade value. Means that he's a star player who could still improve, still good enough to be leading the national level. So, overall, another quality signing. Still have quite a lot of money left to spend, only committed to 8,500. We got another 4,000 to spend. We have areas we certainly need to improve. Once we start getting the actual contracts out, we can start looking into exactly what we have, and we can continue going forward. For now, so far, great quality signings. And we're back with the next set of transfers. It's finally July 1st. All of the players are released that were released. We've brought in a number of players, some of them on non-contracts, in fact, a total of 7. First up, Leon Pombu, a center back, currently an impact sub on a non-contract. We'll see how he ends up. High potential, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. Could improve significantly, however, is already good enough to play at this level. 3-star for us now is Vanarama National Standard player. He is previously of Southampton. Next up, we got Nico Lawrence, a center back, 3.5-star current ability, regular starter, 5.5-star potential ability, close to his full potential. I don't know about that, but we'll see. Previously of also Southampton. Next up, we have Ben Wilson, perhaps our signing of the offseason thus far. High potential, 4-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, 550 pounds a week. He tried to get on a non-contract. I said, no, we're going to give you a big boy contract for a couple of years. Previously of Brighton, for quite a few years. He is 21 years old, but I'm hoping he can develop into something. We think he's close to his full potential. However, he's already a League 2 standard player. He is, in fact, our best striker. Next up, we have, scroll down slowly, go, Luciano Fioria Henry, 3-star current ability, 4-star potential ability, just a youngster that we brought in. Potentially, he's already good enough to play this level, could improve. He's previously of Fulham. Next up, we got Levi Lang, a regular starter, 4-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, play either right back or center back, probably going to be our starting right back. It really depends on how we end up doing things. He is previously of West Ham and Arsenal, just kind of kicking around the youngster leagues. We believe he's close to his full potential as a League 2 standard player, but he could still stand to get a little bit higher. Next up, we had David Amilabu, 3-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability, impact sub on a contract for a couple of years, 3 years in fact. Previously of Crystal Palace, a good player right now, close to his full potential, though he's still got some improvement. We are looking to get in a new assistant coach. I did end up firing him, but we are quite happy about a lot of these signings. Guys, we aren't happier about people like Levi Lang. Oh, it's because we're overloaded with defenders. Yeah, we do have quite a few defenders. Another right back, a youngster on a non-contract. Keep in mind, we can just release these guys. You want to remove him to... Oh, not on the big boy squad. Well, now he is. A youngster contract is North-South standard player. Potentially this standard in the future. I might end up just releasing this guy. We'll see. There's no reason to release him right now. The thing I do have to be wary of is people are sniffing around Asante, who's 4-star current ability, 4-star potential ability. Reduce him to an important player? I agree. Because he turns out he is no longer actually our superstar player. Shrewsbury, who are in League 1, want this man. He's going to kick up a fuss if he's allowed to. I can't do it. I cannot do it. Reject them all. Reject them all. Did I promise him something? Want to pay raise? Nope. Is fully pissed off now. I'm not willing to let him go for that little. He is worth a lot more than that. He's a League 2 standard player. I think I can get like 100,000 for him or more. But with that being said, I will back with what's happening in the future. Okay, we're back with more signings. First up, Jack Turner, who needs a new name immediately. Because for those of you who are on my stream save, you know that this man actually named Turner V2. Reason being is because we got him on our Farnborough save with a goalie also named Jack Turner. So this man was named Turner V2 during the entire season. He is good enough to play for our team right now. The National League standard player, close to his full potential, though with a little bit of chance to improve. Next up, we got Rob Street, 3.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability, previously of Shrewsbury and kind of kicking around all over, mainly of Crystal Palace. Coach report, we do believe he's also currently good enough to play for us and close to his full potential at 4.5 stars. And yes, it is a good enough replacement for Enoch Asante because he wanted to leave. Kicked up a fuss. I made him our vice captain earlier. As you saw earlier in the video, it just did not work out particularly well. So I had to sell him. I got way less than I wanted for him. So now I'm looking for strikers to try and make them appear. We have a lot more transfers looking to come in. We've got more transfers looking to go out. And our finances We're currently spending a little bit above what we want to. Why can I not? Oh, because his transfer hasn't fully gone through yet. So with that being said, I'll be back, probably getting closer and closer. We're very nearly at our final squad, or at least for the first game of the season. Okay, next new signing. This is a attacking midfield player who also can play midfield. Not a whole lot of room to improve. However, Owen Esketh, he's an impact sub for us. 3.5-star current ability, 3.5-star potential ability. A standard player for this level. Previously of Wolves, the youth system in Wolves, and Man City a little bit. But he comes with us probably just looking to come off the bench whenever we need some substitutions playing in that midfield position. So we can, if we want to change up the system, play a little bit out wide or further forward. More changes to come. Up we have Romain Mundle, 20-year-old midfield player, a squad player, 300 pounds a week, a very, very good deal for a 4-star ability player. We believe he's a League 2 standard player, close to his full potential, which makes sense. Previously of the Tottenham youth system. Overall, just a solid option. We can play him wherever we want in the midfield. He'll be effective, but he wants to play further forward as a Mazzala. Maybe what we end up doing with him, because that's where we have a lot of players that like to play. More to come. Okay, we're finally back with the end of the season, end of the off-season. Just a bit, we have the first game. Our summer went, I would say, 95% well. There is 5 very, very specific things, and that we lost Enoch Asante. I was hoping was going to be our player for a long term, but someone came in, he threw a fit, everybody was getting angry. I bottled it, I messed up how I was supposed to handle it. So, looking at the transfer history, we had a lot of transfers. A number of them go out. Some of the players that we aren't going to play are most of their salaries getting paid for. We brought in a lot of youngsters and other people who were released. Various loans. We're still working to get a few more loans in. Look at the transfer center. We got a couple more strikers we're trying to bring in, for some of them a bit expensive fees, but not the end of the world. Okay, that's pounds per month. I was looking at that. I'm like, there's no way we're paying that per week. A couple of strikers. However, this is the squad as it stands. We have player trait alterations to make. That's fine. The unfortunate thing is, as you saw, we still don't have anybody that can take the set pieces. So we're just going to pretend they don't exist and hope we do well at them regardless. We have a lot of good players. Teferi Moore, no longer the best player at the club. He's good, but not amazing. We have a lot of players of similar ability. Linton, I still believe, is probably the signing of the offseason. He is going to be incredible. And we do believe, okay, he's only down to League 1 standard, but a lot of players, most of our starting lineup have 4.5 to 5-star potential. Overall, a relatively good offseason. The one thing I will say is, opposed to last year, where we had really, really good strikers and that was about it. Maybe some okay wingbacks. This year we have a really, really solid defense to midfield and kind of weak strikers. And we have one guy who's 3.5 stars or higher. Jeffers was still in the running for signing of the season, which was odd. I'm still to training. Or he's first striker of the season for most goals scored, for whatever reason, because he pounded out about 40 last year in the league below. They do believe we still have the potential to do very good, or he still has the potential to do very good in this level. However, I don't know about it. I don't think he's really going to be a player at this level. If we find some good replacements, we'll try. However, as it stands, our committed spending is just a hair over our payroll, which we live with. Overall balance is still looking pretty good. We are losing profit, and we're probably going to continue to lose profit. We're probably going to continue to lose money throughout the season. However, very, very good news. If we go to St. Albans National League, looking at the season preview, we are expected to finish 5th, which is way above the board, who are expecting us to bravely fight against relegation. Those signings I made in the offseason, barring the Asante move, have been worthwhile, because people that were playing in our first team squad, like Alucard, he's a 2.5-star ability player with only 4-star potential. Looking at this, he's leading for the league below, eventually maybe a good player for the league above, but he's not even making the bench nowadays for our team, because we have people that are ahead of him, like Sam Wood, versatile, Lang, who's just straight up better in both positions. I mean, we're upgraded everywhere. I might actually you off and go out for Levi Lang. That looks a little better. Want to be a ball playing defender? Think I can do that. We might switch around them depending on if they're left or right footed. Regardless, something along this lineup might be our start. So, really good defensive core, which is why we're doing cautious. Have some pretty good midfielders, though we're still working on trying to find this box to box midfielder. I may switch this role up. If he wants to play something different. He wants to be more of a playmaking role. Keep playing playmaker and support. Maybe we'll do something like this. So Mazzala, and then that looks a little bit better. So our lowest is ability is 2.5 star, which still represents someone who is just outside or decent at this level. I think we can at least finish upper mid table, if not in the playoffs like they predict. Overall, once again, very, very good offseason. If we continue form, I don't think we're going to get promoted this year. I really hope we don't, in fact, because we're still not even a professional club. Do keep that in mind. So our progression is going to be a bit slow. We do have a number of players also on non-contracts that we can get rid of. They think they have a lot of potential, so that's why I'm keeping them around. But we'll see if they develop into anything serious. With that being said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And I'll see you next time with the first couple matches of the season. Thanks for watching. You should watch another. Please.